Hi guys, welcome to this full review of this SEHMUA pan tilt security camera. It's battery solar, so it means it comes with a solar panel which is charging then the battery. The battery is still very large, so you don't have to be worried. Even if it's raining for a week, it will still have enough power for the security camera to operate properly. And we have really state-of-the-art features. We have HD live video, we have night vision, we have PIR motion detection. So of course it's not an optical image analysis, that's not possible with a battery operated camera, but we have the normal standard PIR detection. We have even two-way audio, we have the pan, tilt and zoom, but of course this zoom is not optical, it's a digital zoom. And of course it's also waterproof, perfectly suitable for outside. Also comes with a strong light. It's not an extreme floodlight, but very strong for such a camera actually, so very interesting. Comes also with a free app, that's the Ubox, and it's not a proprietary app, so this app can be used for many different cameras. That's also something which I really like, so super interesting. So I'm going to show you what's in the box, what you get, how to set it up, and then I'm going to show you a lot of live footage to show how good the camera performance really is. So let's open the box to see what we get. Comes even with this drill pattern, comprehensive instructions manual, great protection, beautiful solar panel, absolutely state of the art, nice matte finish, narrow bezel, absolutely state of the art. Comes with a standard tripod mount, long standard USB-C cable, also very positive. And then the camera itself, I would say for a PTZ camera it's very small, probably the smallest PTZ camera I've ever seen. Something which can be a huge advantage. Some of these PTZ cameras are really large and heavy, so this one definitely easier to install. We get also an extra charging cable, that's for the first charge. We get also screws and anchors. And this mount here, I would say pretty much standard mount. I love that we have a lot of plastic because plastic cannot rust. The mount of course is for the solar panel, so we have to mount this separately, but that has the advantage that we can have the camera in the shade while you have the solar panel in the sun. This compact design has only one disadvantage, that we do not have the possibility to separate the mount from the camera, so we really have to mount it like that. And as you can see, the openings are a little bit hidden behind the camera, so it could be a little bit tricky to secure the screws here behind the camera or behind the antenna, especially for the openings here. Here on top, absolutely no problem. The antennas can be adjusted for perfect reception. Then we have two openings. We have this opening here, that's the reset and the opening for the TF card. There's no microSD card included, so you can choose whatever you want to use. And here in the back we have the opening for the solar power, and that's an opening in the opening, really nice. So in the final construction, the USB-C plug from the solar panel goes into here. Then we have really nice protection against water, but of course you can open the whole thing. Then we have access to the on-off switch. Then make sure that you're using a good quality, at least class 10 microSD card. 32 gigabytes usually is enough because it's only recording when there is some movement and not recording 24/7. So we push it here inside, pins go to the back, push it fully inside, and you hear the clicking, then we are good. And of course highly recommended to give some decent initial charge. We see the red light. There's a QR code for the free Ubox app in the instructions manual, so you can download it from the official app store. I have it already because I'm using it for some other security cameras already. And so to add a device, we click here, give authorization. We are setting up a Wi-Fi device. Now we have to turn on the camera.
Camera is now ready to begin pairing.
Okay, if you don't hear that, just push the reset button and confirm with yes.
The camera is now ready to begin pairing.
So it's highly recommended to use only 2.4G network for this camera, and it's also highly recommended to be connected with your phone already to the same 2.4G Wi-Fi network. After connecting, you can use any kind of network with your phone. You can even use 4G, 5G from anywhere in the world. And so we enter the Wi-Fi password for the router. By the way, if you're using a mixed 2.4 and 5G network, that's no problem usually. So I ignore this warning and press continue.
The camera is now ready to begin pairing.
So we have to hold
Pairing
the QR
information
code
received.
in front of the camera. So looks like it has been detecting the QR code. And so the camera is ready. We have the live view. And so we try to move the camera around. We press here, you can see it's nicely moving to the right side and back to the left side and up. That's the limit here, you can see, doesn't go further up. So it's not totally straight, just a little bit up, but down we can turn it down a lot, I think, probably almost straight down. Yeah, even more than straight down. So everything is looking good and stable, so I'm going to mount it outside and then we'll go from there. Okay, and so that's one day later. By the way, I'm using the phone link for Windows, works also really good there. And so we are here in the overview of the app. Here we have the settings of the cloud. So when we want to go to the camera, we have to click on the image. And so we have the live view. We can switch here the light between white light during the night, which will then provide a colorful image, or we can change it to infrared, so there will be almost nothing to see then during the night, especially when you're close to neighbors or so. This is highly recommended, of course. Then the footage will be black and white. I have activated the free 7-day trial of the cloud. Other than that, there is no free cloud, but of course you can also work with the microSD card. And so when we check the footage for the day, we can see there is nothing here. That means 0 false alerts. That's absolutely awesome. So when we go back to yesterday, we can see everything what has been recorded in the cloud. So for example, this video here where I had activated the white light, so you can see it is colorful, full color during the night because of the very bright light. And so you can see exactly this situation. I've been close to the camera and now you can see how bright this is. Absolutely amazing, the illumination just from this camera. And so you can see the difference here. Now it's illuminated from the camera and now it's not illuminated anymore. Huge difference. And here you can see the two different light situations. Here on the left side, that's the camera, the infrared. With normal human eyes, there's even almost nothing to see. And that's the situation with the normal white light. You can see how bright this is. So here again the colorful footage, and here's the black and white. Both are really bright, but definitely with the infrared only black and white. Of course we can also save the footage down to the album. What's really impressive to see how fast the camera is reacting. And same thing from the day. You can see, of course, colors even much better, and you can see how fast the camera has been reacting. I would say absolutely top notch for a battery operated camera. I can't remember that I've seen such a fast response from a battery operated camera, and same thing also from the left side. So of course the question, how can we do that? So we have to go into the settings, and so you can see we have pretty comprehensive settings. So here we can say where we want to record, cloud, SD card, both or either one. We can even flip the image when we want to mount the camera on the ceiling. We have the two different scene modes, normal or night mode. We have different settings for the activity detection. I had it on medium and it was already very good. And then we can set an alarm area. That's absolutely awesome. So we can exclude all the areas which could cause some false alerts. So we use this eraser here to remove everything which is trees, branches, also the outside unit of the air conditioning. These are parts which could get hot and are moving, so we want to eliminate that. Also other things, something which is really awesome, we can directly adjust the camera from here. Most surveillance cameras do not have this option, so it can be very tricky. So here much easier, we confirm. Then we have different alarm settings where we could add a schedule to include and exclude sometimes. We can set the record duration, either 5 seconds, 10, 20 or 30 seconds, or even full recording, so it won't stop recording until the battery is drained after a couple of hours. Of course not recommended, only in special situations. We have a device alarm which you could turn on, but of course don't do that when you're close to neighbors. Power frequency LED indicator, you could turn this off so nobody would see that the camera is active. Different volume settings for the microphone and speaker. It has even a synchronization option for the time. And here on the right side we have the full control. We have even different speed possibilities from low, medium and high to move around the camera. Unfortunately no good weather today, but we can see we can easily move around the camera from left to right, right to left, up, down, whatever we want to do. Of course we have to be aware of that it's only monitoring the area where you point the camera. So for example, if you point down the camera straight down, then it won't record anything unless there is something underneath. We can also go to full screen. You can see how good the quality is. Of course the weather is not good, but we can see a lot of details, good colors, very good sharpness. And also when we are in full size, we can move around the camera. Just make sure that you're using HD and not SD. I mean, even in SD, the quality is really good, but of course in HD, the quality is much better. So from here you can make images or start recording directly from here. Or you can talk to people using the microphone and speaker. And we can switch between the footage of the microSD card or the cloud. So if you haven't subscribed to the cloud, just use the microSD card. And also from the microSD card we can download footage. And after you download the footage from the microSD card, you have the full resolution. You can also hear the sound. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a really decent microphone, and especially during the day, very, very good footage. Yeah, and here in this clip, watch the good response. It has started recording me right when I was entering the gate here. Watch also the really good quality, good sharpness, colors, everything. Absolutely amazing. You can see everything nice and clear. I think I've never seen that better in a battery operated camera. So usually the camera is pretty amazing. You can see the high quality, very responsive. Usually you can do everything. We have all the options. Just one thing, sometimes when there is a little bit too much, when it has to record or we are moving the camera around a little bit too much or too fast. By the way, you can see now it's raining, absolutely no problem for the camera, it's waterproof. But sometimes when we are doing a little bit too much, it becomes very unresponsive, sometimes not doing anything for longer time. That has happened a couple of times to me. Also sometimes not live streaming anymore for sometimes for minutes. Usually when you're not doing anything, just want to observe an area, then it's very reliable. I had this couple of times, but always came back. You can see that here now it's absolutely perfect. You could think, okay, it's a perfect camera. And I mean, it's not far away from that. There's also something, maybe minor complaint here. That's in the control of the PTZ. When you're here, there is no way we can save the position. That's an option which you have with some other apps, but unfortunately not with this app here. So when we move the camera around and want to place it then back in the perfect position, because it's very important that you match the alarm area when you move around the camera, and then you can see it's shifted, not matching the area which you have defined anymore, then it could be a problem. So it can be very helpful when you can save such positions, and that's an option which we don't have here. But we have a lot. So there are some pros and cons, and you have to decide on your own if it's the perfect thing for you. So if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.